Good morning, everyone. Welcome to LisaBug Mind Body Blend, where we take and fuse together several different formats. I've got a Tai Chi inspired warm-up today to get the body going. I've got strength training with light hand weights. I've got a couple of different pairs. Whatever you have at home, fantastic. I also have a little bit of Pilates mat and yoga. And what I'm going to focus on today, I always like to find a technique that changes things up just a little bit. So the techniques we're going to be doing with strength training are a couple of different focuses. The first one being working one side of the body and then the other. And what that does for us is it focuses on a little bit more core connection. So if I am doing a weight training exercise and I have weights in both hands and I'm lifting them out equally, my body is balanced equally. But if I lift one arm to the side, my body's going to want to lean that way. So I'm going to have to focus on the connection of the core so I can keep my body stable. So that's one focus. Another focus is we're going to be doing some strength training down on our knees, and we don't do that real often. So for instance, in this position here, I'm needing to use my core a lot more because the tailbone wants to stick out, and I really pull that in, which fires all of those internal muscles of the abdominals. It takes the legs and the ankles out of the exercise and puts it more into the abdominals. So if you have sensitive knees today, I want to make sure that you've got some extra padding as we come down and do some of that kneeling work. If it's not for you, take that work standing up or seated in a chair. So I do have a small chair as an option for some of the work. And at the end of class today, I'm going to give you a nice flexibility routine that you can do from your chair. For that, I've got a yoga strap, and we might need a block today too. So all of those little accessories, have them close by. So let's get started with a Tai Chi warm-up. I'll bring some music up for us. We'll take the legs into a wide Wu Chi. So the wide Wu Chi is we just take the feet a little bit wider than the hips, and we sink down into the knees with a little soft knee bend. The core really zips up, and we slightly tuck the tailbone under. The shoulders stack over the hips, and the shoulder blades are pulled back. And we'll just start to shift from side to side, bending into the right knee and bending into the left knee. And notice your toes are turned out just slightly. And when you bend the knee, it tracks directly over that foot. Make sure your knees don't fall inward. So you're using the muscles of the hips to keep the knees in alignment. And then we'll start to come into cloud hands. So one arm sweeps across the front, and then the other hand sweeps across the front. And your palm is facing your body. We start to add a little rotation here. The opposite arm sweeps underneath. And I just want you to move this at whatever pace feels good for you today. So Tai Chi is very centering, very grounding. So as we focus on these slow movements and the breath, it relaxes our body and mind, brings us into the present moment. We're also warming up. The shoulders are moving, the knees, the hips, the ankles, and the torso as we rotate. Let's take one more to each side, to the right and to the left. Then come back to center, scoop up, rotate the palms to the ceiling, reach, and exhale, bend down through the knees. Scoop up, inhale, rotate palms, reach, exhale. Now make sure you're really tuning into your body today. And if there are movements that just don't feel quite right for you, I want you to give yourself permission to make adjustments. 2 more repetitions. Beautiful. 1 more. And exhale. Now open out. Breathe in, breathe out, and side stretch. Pulse right here. Nice and easy. Pulse. 3, 2, and 1. Open out. Come down. Side stretch to the other side. Small pulses. Reach. 3, 2, and 1. 1 more time each side. Breathe in and pulse. Exhale. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Last time. Sweep down. Reach 5 times. Abs engaged. 3, 2, and 1. Open out and lower the arms down. Now take a nice circle with both arms leading to the right, and then look over the left shoulder. Soften your knees into a soft block, so you're looking the direction of your hands. Sweep the arms down around. Inhale. Exhale, block. Take this at your own pace. Now, if you need to adjust the distance between your feet, making it a little bit wider in that wide Wu Chi or more narrow, feel free to adjust that into a comfort zone for your knees. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale, block. Hold. Now just sweep your arms across to the other side into this block. Reverse the circle, down and around. Exhale. Now you're not looking directly at your hands when you put them in front of your body. I want you to look into the distance of your room, out beyond your fingertips. But you still see your hands. You notice what is in front of you, but you're aware of what is beyond you. Breathe. Always being aware of our surroundings. And 1 more, circle around. Hold that soft block. And then just bring your block right to the center. So placing the palms forward. Draw your elbows back and press out. Now you can also straighten your legs as you draw back and bend and sink as you press forward. Now we can create our own energy without any weights. So I want you to notice the muscles that pull your shoulder blades back and the muscles opposing them in your chest. Squeeze back, and you're imagining you're pushing a heavy object forward to create that contraction and that force within your own being. 2 more. And 1 more. Hold down. We pulse. Down, 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 down. Good. I still have force in my arms. I'm contracting through my chest muscles. I'm firing my biceps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press up. 1 breath. Inhale, palms press above the head. Exhale to heart center. Very nicely done. So we'll pick up light weights. I have 5s and 3s, whatever feels comfortable for you, to start to move and fire those muscles in the upper body. So bringing your feet a little closer together, we'll step out into wide Wu Chi to the right, bend your knees, come back in and step your feet back in. Now you can keep them hips distance apart, or you can close them all the way into Pilates first position. Then we'll step out, bend the knees, and close. Step to the right. As you bend the knees, pull the elbows up into an upright row, and then close. Step out left, pull up. Now we're going to just use the right arm. So as you step out, pull up with the right. Close, step in. Step out, pull up with the left. Good, so we're using just one side of the body with the weight, focusing on a range of motion that feels good for you, focusing on the abdominals and the core. Now this movement in upright row is called a shortened lever action. So we can keep the elbow bent, or we can actually lengthen it out a little straighter. More intensity. Make sure that the weight you have is appropriate for this longer lever movement. Good, you're going at your own pace, doing the exercise that suits you. Now when we lift our arm up, we have several planes of movement we can lift it. So I want you to take the next one and lift it to the front of the body. So we're here, out, right to the front, and close together. Right to the front, and close together. So we have side raises, we have front raises. We'll do one more to the front on each arm, and then I want you to split the difference. So we're not to the front, not to the side, but we're to the diagonal. Diagonal. Not turning your body though, just sending your arm out halfway between a side raise and a front raise. Good. Legs working, arms working, everything's nice and controlled. And center. One more each side. Make sure you take options if you need to do that upright row. That's good for you. And step together, take a break, roll your shoulders. Nicely done. Now bring your feet tight together in parallel position. And I'm going to sit into chair pose with a bicep curl and up. And sit and up. Now when we have the feet tight together, we have a smaller base of support. So it's a little bit more challenging on our balance. If you need to step the feet a little wider, that's fine too. Now just the right arm, curl, and up, left. When we work one arm at a time, it loads one side of the body a little bit more. So we have to focus a little bit more on our core. Good. If you need to take the chair pose out, the little squat out, that's okay too. But I love to work arms and legs together at the same time. Two more each arm. Curl and up. Curl. One more each side. Nicely done. And hold. Now keep your right foot in front. Tap your left foot behind you with very little weight in that foot. Bring your weights right to your shoulders. Press up and down. Now you might choose to pick that back foot up off the floor and try to do these raises balancing on your right foot. Or just tap the big toe to the floor. Now one arm at a time, just the right arm up and down. Left arm Now I'm going pretty slow and controlled, so not too quick with the movement, really mindful. 2 more each arm, standing on this leg, up and down. Feel a little work in your standing ankle, your hip. 1 more each side, up and switch, up, and then relax the arms just momentarily. Switch your feet, stepping forward left, tapping the right toes behind. Bring the weights to the chest. Now this time we'll open out our arms. So elbows are not in front, they're to the side. Both arms, press up and down. Now check and see, can you pick that back foot up off the floor and balance? It's always great to throw balance work in whenever you can. Breathing, focusing on your core. 1 more time. Now just the left arm presses up, reach, and just the right. Now nothing else is moving in your body if at all possible. You really have a braced pelvis, neutral spine, nice and steady. A little bit of a soft bend in that front leg. Good job, we're almost there. 1 more on each arm, reach up and down and switch up and down. Lower those arms. Now switch the foot that's in front 1 more time. Stepping back with the left foot, step back further. Give myself some more space here. So in a nice lunge position, we'll come down into a lunge, down and up. Good. Now it's up to you how low you go. Now let's put both hand weights in the opposite hand, down and up. So when we've got this left side of the body loaded, we have to fire the core because our body wants to fall over this direction. Good, shoulder blades back and up. Good. Try not to lean forward with the body. We're going straight down to the floor. Both knees bend. 3 more. Working good posture. 2 more. Sink down and up. 1 more time. Down and up. Now let your back heel fall to the mat. Reach forward. You're bracing yourself on this front thigh. Pull the elbow back and down. Good. So I have my body at a little bit of a forward angle so I can get the back of the shoulder to respond to the effects of gravity, the work in the upper back. So I have 2 5-pounders, which is a fair amount of weight for me. If doubling up the weight is too much, just slip 1 out of that hand and keep going with a single weight. Now I want to add some rotation with this. So as you pull the elbow up, turn your body and back down and slightly turn the other direction. So we're rotating towards the back leg. We're rotating towards the front leg. Shoulder blades down. Everything's fired up in the posterior core. 3 more repetitions. Excellent. 2 more. Up and down. 1 more. Rotate up and come to center. Step that back foot forward. We'll step both weights in the hands, back with the other foot, getting into your lunge position, nice and easy. Take it down and up. Good. Nice long stride in that lunge stance. Then swap the weight into the opposite hand from your front foot. Now immediately I started tipping over. So focus. If you don't have a computer screen or something you can look at yourself in or a mirror, you're going to have to use your proprioception to determine if you're straight up and down. 3 more. Working both legs. And 2. 1 more. And place that back heel down to the ground. Hand goes on the front thigh. Body's at a little bit of an angle as we pull back and down. So the first few reps, there's no twist. Just focusing on the exercise, the arm only. Abs engaged. Finding that transverse abdominis. Bracing. Drawing the belly button in. Now add your twist. Rotate towards the back leg. Rotate towards the front leg. So I'm twisting both directions. And using the muscles of the core to twist both sides. Now breathing. You can choose whether to inhale to the left, exhale to the right, or opposite. Just keep that breath flowing. 4. And down. Use the neck rotation. 3. If you turn your head, it's a little bit more balance challenge. 2. And 1. Good. Step that back foot in. Weights into both hands. So now it's time to come down into our knees. So I'm going to bring my yoga blanket right here so I can sit both of my knees on that blanket. Again, if your knees are sensitive, you can do this work standing or seated in a chair. So when everything is lengthened, we squeeze the glutes slightly, roll the shoulder blades back, and bring the arms here in front of the body. Now let's open both arms out. Make sure that feels appropriate for you for weights. If you need a little lighter weight, you can go down in weight, or at any time you can also do no weight at all. Now just that right arm up, right side again, up and down, up and down. 1 more for 4. Left arm, 4, and down. Now it's really easy to start to get out of posture here from the knees. We start to stick our butt back, arch our back, slump forward. Now both arms together, up and down, up. So I'm going to slightly change this movement. So when you come up, come to goal post and close back down. Up to goal post and close down. This is called the rotator raise. Good. Sweep up. We don't need a lot of resistance with this exercise. I have my 3s and it feels pretty good. 2 more. Up. 1 more time. Up and close. Now coming into gate pose. So I'm going to take this left leg, extend it out to the side. Weights are here. Take the arm out at any comfortable angle here. And I'm leaning to the side and up. So your choice is, do you want to keep your arm out with this weight and work isometrically? If that feels too heavy, put that weight in the bottom arm. Just take your body weight arm out and lean to the side and up. Now, if you're choosing not to use weight in your left arm, you can use that arm to help you stretch further and pull up. So my focus here is on this outside oblique of the left side of the body. Abs zipped up. Inhale, exhale. 3 more. Reach. And up. 2. And up. 1 more. Reach. And up. And close that knee back in. So we can start to the other side. Extend out. This arm extends as we reach down and up. So you choose. Do you want to keep that weight and really work that shoulder right here isometrically? Or place the weight into the other hand, down and up. Last option, add a big side stretch into that gate pose. Reach up. Now that arm lifting not only gives you a deeper side stretch, but it adds more weight to the exercise because I'm shifting my arm to the side, so I have to pull up with more body weight. Good, with the breathing, inhale, exhale, 3 more. Good, 2 more. Really feel that side waist. 1 more time. And up. Close this knee in. I'm going to switch feet and take a big step forward with the left leg. Since I'm stepping forward, bend the knee into low lunge. 1 weight in each hand. Shift forward to about a 45-degree angle with the upper body. Both arms into a reverse fly. We open out and down. So I have an angle forward with my body so I can get the backs of the shoulders to work. Up. You're also feeling work in that front thigh to stabilize. Now just the right arm. Up and down. Left arm. Notice when that arm goes out, the core connection shifts. So we're changing that body weight side to side. Now if the weights are too heavy, give your elbows a little bend and do this with a short lever. It's always an option to reduce the intensity. 1 more each side. Up and switch. Up and switch. Press yourself up. Now stay into your lunge position. Shift both weights into the opposite hand from this knee. So we are going to shift forward and push back with this quad. Shift forward, push back. The arm reaches and we rise up. The arm reaches and up. Now I mentioned that you can do this standing. So if you're not down on your knee, you're standing up into a warrior 1 lunge. Same exercise. Lengthen and press with this leg. 3 more. And up. Good. 2. Press. 1 more. Reach. And up. Let's take a brief stretch here. So set your weights down. Shift your body weight back and elongate this front hamstring. Just a couple of breaths. Nice and easy. Okay, let's switch legs. So this front leg comes back to the knee. Other leg steps forward into low lunge. And we're going to drop down. My back knee is way back behind my hip, so I can feel this stretch. Body shifts forward about 45 degrees. Reverse fly. The arms open and close down. Press the arms out. Squeezing the shoulder blades, backs of the shoulders. So good for building strength in the upper back. our good postural muscles. Now just the left arm, up and down, just the right. Now I'm not really laying my belly on my thigh. I'm using my core to hold that 45 degrees, but I feel a lot of work in this front leg. Certainly that quad is working, the glute is working, and I'm experiencing a little bit of a stretch in that back hip flexor. One more each arm. Lift, lower, switch, and press yourself back up. Now switching both weights into that opposite hand from your front knee. We're going to lean into the lunge as we reach and press back. Again, if you have a sensitive knee, stand this up. So this is a nice shoulder raise with movement of the body forward and back to fire this front leg. 4 more. Reach and press. 3 more. Nicely done. 2 more. Extend that arm and pull it back. Last time. And set those weights down. Let's take a little stretch for that front leg. Shift back. Pull the toes up. Elongate through your hamstring. Our next sequence of exercises is seated. You can sit yourself in your chair, or I'm going to be down onto my mat on my yoga blanket. Have your hand weights close by as we make that adjustment to position. So sitting is another way we can fire the core as we're working through our arms. So take your weights, one in each hand, and then shift your body angle back just a little bit so you feel the abs switch on. We're going to press the arms and down. Now notice when I lean back, this gives me an angle with my arms. So I'm looking to the side and my arms are not coming directly over my head. So a little bit of a safer movement for the shoulder. Good job. Extending up. Now option, lift your right leg, point your toe. So as soon as we did that, this shifts the core connection. I have to use my core a lot more with one foot onto the mat. If you're sitting in a chair, you're just leaning back, picking that foot up off the floor. Now one arm at a time, right side, left side. Ooh, I'm starting to really sweat here. Up and down. Feels really humid this morning. 2 more on each leg, or on each arm. We'll get to the other leg, I promise. Ooh. 1 more each arm. Up. And reach, and bend that knee, sit yourself up, set your weights down, hug your knees and curve your spine. Now, if this bothers your lower back to do this work, probably best that you sit this in a chair or you stay more upright rather than leaning your body back. If you need to go down in weight for the second set, you can choose a lighter pair. All right, let's lean back. Pressing both arms. Now you can choose to keep your elbows in closer to each other, or you can open the elbows out a little farther, whatever comfortable position for you. Now lift your left leg up, point your toe. Now try to lift that with a straight leg. So I'm firing the front of my thigh, quad is really engaged. Good. We're breathing. Now just the left arm. Just the right. Nice job. I'm still going pretty slow. But whatever tempo suits you at home, absolutely fine. Zip up the core. 2 more on each arm. Yes. 1 more on each arm. Almost there. And then bend that knee, set your weights down, give your knees a little hug to relax your lower back. So our option for this last one, sitting down, is to lift both feet up off the floor if that feels comfortable for you. So weights are in each hand, palms are up, shoulder blades back, lean back, and choose maybe to pick up both feet. If that doesn't feel comfortable, sit them down. And I want you to just move into alternating bicep curls right here. 1, switch, 2, switch, 3, good, 4. Now each time one arm moves, you have to make that adjustment in your torso muscles. We have 8 more. 7, 6, almost there. Breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1. Relax the weights. Set the feet down. This time give yourself a forward fold. So extend your legs straight out. Inhale to breathe up. Exhale. Ooh, I felt a little snap, crackle, pop there in the back. Okay, so now we're moving. Next sequence is laying on our back. Have your weights close by. You can use whatever size you have for chest flies. So this one, we're really going to feel some nice work in the abs. So roll yourself all the way down. Choose to keep your feet on the mat or stack your knees in table. Now find a neutral spine or slightly imprint your lower back down into the mat. Open both arms out like butterfly wings and close together. Open and close. Now when both arms open equally, our body is balanced. So to challenge that, focus on just the right arm. 4 reps. Open. Close. 3 more. Feel your body trying to rock over to the right and brace your core. And 1 more on this right arm. Now 4 times on the left. Open and close. Keep trying to imprint that lower back down into the mat. 3. Zip up, 2. And 1. Set those feet down. Relax your weights next to you. We'll hug knees right up into the chest. If you're feeling any discomfort in your lower back at all, just give yourself a couple of rocks from side to side. All right, so just the right hand is going to pick up a weight, and I'm going down to my 3 to challenge this muscle. So just the right hand has the weight. Your left leg is extended up. Your left arm is just out to the side on the mat. So I'm going to open this right arm out, and as it comes up, pick the right shoulder blade up off the mat and reach up to this foot. So I'm opening and coming up. Now you can also use your left hand behind your head to relax your head into your fingertips. Now right now I have my right foot on the floor, but if you want to make this more challenging, take your right foot off the floor and extend it out long into a scissor. 4 more reps. So I'm combining a chest fly with an abdominal curl, oblique. 2, and 1. And then set both feet down, relax the arm. Switch the weight to your left hand. Right leg is up, right arm is out to the side or behind your head. We're just going to open this left arm out. As it closes, reach up, taking that left shoulder blade up off the mat. Open, reach. Now this left foot can stay down on the floor or extend it out long. Active thighs. Your feet are pointed into that beautiful Pilates toe point. Open out and reach across. Last 4. And 3. 2. And 1. Set the feet back down and relax. Switch the weight back to the right hand. Bring it straight up. Knees are both in tabletop. This right arm is going to reach above the head any amount. And then as you come up, reach it to the ceiling and do a little abdominal curl. So I'm lifting my head and shoulders off. Lay back down, reach it above the head. Curl up. Now you're going to add the opposite leg extending. So as the right arm goes out, left leg goes out. Pull it back in. Inhale. Exhale. Now if you want, the right foot can be on your mat if you're feeling any lower back discomfort. So you can extend that foot to the floor and you're right here. 4 more reps. And 3. Last 2. And 1 more. Set both feet down, relaxing the weight. Switch it to the left hand. Knees are in table. Left arm reaches over. And as you pull it up, do a little abdominal curl. The hand can be behind the head. Now add the opposite leg. Right leg goes long. Bring it in. And your option is to set your left foot down on the floor. This is going to help you brace your pelvis more if you're feeling any lower back pain. Inhale to go long. Exhale to come up. We have 3 more. And 2. 1 more. And relax down. Set the weights to the mat. Very nicely done. Let's hug the knees into the chest. 1 more exercise lying on our back. This is a single leg hip bridge. So place your right heel down onto the floor. Bring your left leg up, or you can extend it straight. Arms are just by your side. Push down into that heel and lift the bum up off the mat and lower it down. Now to make this more challenging for your core, take your arms up off the floor so you're not using your arms on the mat, and lift those hips up any amount. 7 more. Push down into that heel. 6. You don't have to lift it high. Any amount works. 5. 4. That extended leg can be lower for more core action. 3. And 2. 1 more. Lift and set it down. Good. Switching legs. The left heel digs into the mat. Right leg is up. You can try it with your arms on the floor first until you get that stability. And then if you don't need your arms, take them off the floor. Lift and lower. 7. Now try to keep your pelvis level. That's a part of this exercise and the benefit of doing a one-legged hip bridge. 4. 3. Lots of work in that hamstring and glute. 2 and 1 and lower down. Let's take a quick hamstring stretch here on each side. So just bringing the right leg, hug it in. I have a nice flexibility sequence for us that we'll be doing seated into a chair in just a moment. Let's switch legs. So take your time to come up off of the floor, maybe rolling to a side, press yourself up. Collect your yoga strap if you have that. And then I'm just going to bring my chair into the center of the camera for us. So it's best on this one if you have a chair that does not have arms on it. And then sitting on the chair, I'm going to actually bring my blanket here for my heels. Sit on the edge of the chair. Extend one leg out forward, the other knee is bent. Let's bring that yoga strap, extend up, and then fold forward and place it under the bottom of the foot, the ball of the foot rather than the arch. And then elongate that leg. So I'm going to give you 2 options. You can stay seated here with your heel on the floor and fold over and use that yoga strap to help pull yourself down. Second option is using that yoga strap, lift your leg up. So we can stay seated tall and extend the leg high. And just notice which one feels better for you. Do you get more stretch if you pull the leg up, or do you get more stretch if you take your body down? For me right now, for today, I'm feeling it a little bit more, extending that leg up. So let's hold here about another 20 seconds and breathe. If you're lifting the leg, try to stay up long with your torso and sit up really tall. And same thing if you're folding over that leg as well. One more breath, inhale. And exhale, lower that leg down. All right, remove the strap. We'll switch sides. Extend the right leg. And I'm sitting on the edge of the chair just about below my sitting bones. Extend the arms up. Hinge forward, place it underneath the ball of the foot, and pull yourself down. Now, sometimes our bent knee gets in the way of our upper body. So sometimes it's like, well, yeah, I'm more flexible to go lower, but my thigh is in the way. So that would be another reason to take the second option, lifting that leg up. And try to get it straight. I mean, I have a little bit of a bend in my knee, mostly because that's what my arthritic knee does automatically. But try to get it as straight as you can. Lift, lengthen the torso, and we're breathing. And about another 20 seconds. Our flexibility training is so important to our whole workout regime, staying flexible in our muscles, not to get all tight and bound up. One more breath. And release that side. Okay, seated pigeon. So I'm going to bend my left knee, place the ankle across the thigh, and really sit up. Now, before we fold over into the pigeon, a twist. So this right hand comes across to the left knee. The left hand reaches behind me, and I'm finding a spot on the chair that I can grab a hold of. And then rotate your body. Look over that shoulder. And take a couple of nice big deep breaths into the rib cage and expand those little muscles, the intercostals in the ribs. One more breath, twisted this direction. And then come back to center. We'll oppose the twist. So reach across. I'm going to find my ankle here. Other hand behind. And turn. So the twist is a little bit different from one side to the other because of the orientation of the legs. Looking over that shoulder, one more breath. And then come back to the midline. We want to fold this upper body forward over the bent knee to get our glute stretch. So just let your body fall forward. Our other option is to bring the leg to us. So you can stay seated up, pick the thigh up off the floor, hold on to the ankle and the knee, and bring that leg toward you. Your other option with this is cradle the baby. So I'm going to take my hand, wrap it around the outside of the foot and the knee, and then rock a little bit from side to side. So a couple of options, whatever you enjoy best. This folding forward is nice and relaxing if you're getting that benefit of the stretch. And one more breath here. And then bring yourself up, uncross the ankle, and switch sides. And I'm flexing this ankle as it comes across. So I have some action in these muscles here in the shin. Left hand comes across to that right knee. Right hand reaches behind on the chair. Rotate, looking over the shoulder. Now, whenever we twist, we have a really lengthened spine. So try not to slump down. We're lifted, and we have activity in those muscles in the core, our spinal extensors. And then come back to center, and we'll counter the twist the opposite direction. And a lot of this is about neck rotation. So take that twist from the sitting bones and move it all the way up into that last bone in the cervical spine. One more breath here. And bring it back to the center. Now we can choose just to fall over that leg and stretch here, or we can bring the leg up with us, take it here, or wrap into a bind. Take a little bit of rocking side to side for cradle the baby, whichever one you enjoy. And we'll hold that hip opener. This is a great stretch to do if you have any issues with sciatica from time to time, tight external rotators of the glutes, piriformis. And one more breath here. And we'll rise up, uncross that leg. So turn your whole body to the right, and I'm sitting kind of side saddle in my chair. So my glute is on the chair, the other glute is free. And then walk this foot as far back behind you as you can reach it, and then sit your body tall. So it's like I'm doing a lunge, yoga lunge, but there's really not a lot of work in my legs. I'm relying upon that chair, and we'll get a nice hip flexor release here. Now the same arm as the back leg, reach it up and stretch, and then side bend towards the back of your chair. Open up that hip flexor, open up the side waist, and breathe. 2 more breaths here in this lunge. And then coming up, release the arm down. Now you can hold the stretch as you are for a few more breaths. Or if you have the capability to reach back for that ankle, you're going to grab it with your hand, pull it back behind you. I'm holding on to the base of my chair here to help me support. Pulling that knee back, stretching through the quad. Now, if your stretch looks somewhat like this, it's not really giving you much benefit because we're not getting this to pull back and to open up. So if that's the case for you, let your foot go back and take advantage of the first pose. All right, let's release that side and pivot the body around to face the other direction. Sitting on one glute, the other leg is free. Extend that foot way back behind you, and then lift the chest so we feel this opening through the hip flexor. Now this back knee can be bent. We just want the knee behind the hip so the leg is not in here. We want to really extend it back, and then lift that arm up and take a side bend towards the back of your chair to open up that hip flexor. One of the muscles in our body that tends to be super tight all the time just because of the amount of sitting that we do in our daily life. 2 more breaths, really reaching. 1 more. And then relax that arm down. Now you can stay with this stretch here for just a few more breaths, or reach back to the ankle, pull the knee back behind, and I'm holding on to the chair to help me stabilize. Now, if you're holding on to the ankle, you also get a nice stretch through the chest muscle, through the front of the shoulder. And again, if your knee is underneath you this way and you're not able to get it to move back, release that foot back and hold here. Just a couple more breaths. And then release it back to center. We'll rise up from the chair to a stand, stepping to the side of the chair. I'm using this to balance, holding my left hand. We'll take our right foot, cross it back behind the left. So I have a little crisscross, reach the right arm up, stretch towards the chair with the side body and push your right hip out. So I'm sending my energy into this hip. So we're coming into a little bit of a stretch again for the hip flexor and IT band. And then start to rotate this hand down a little bit. So we're twisting. Your option is to walk your hands all the way down to the seat of the chair and push out into that hip. For my Pilates people, this looks very much like an option of snake. So we have our pelvis facing towards the angle of the feet and our shoulders facing towards the angle of the chair. Scoop the belly in, keep the core engaged. And then we'll open out the same way we came up, walk the hands up, stretch over to the side, and come up and uncross the ankles. I'm going to move to the other side of my chair to demonstrate that side, or you can just turn around. Outside foot, the left foot crosses behind the front foot. Reach up, side stretch, and press out into that hip. Sending energy there, lengthening through the whole side of the body. And then we'll start to rotate the upper body, reaching at a diagonal. You can remain here or walk your hands down to touch the base of the chair, the seat of the chair, and keep pushing out into that hip. Your pelvis is facing towards the direction of your feet, and your shoulders are turned to face the side of the chair. You can come down as far as you want to feel that in those hamstrings as well as the outer thigh and IT band. Scoop the abs in as we start to come out the same way, lifting. Rotate open into your side stretch and pull it up. Facing your chair, last stretch is a forward bend, and you can use your hands on the chair with a little bit of a stretch for the shoulders. So we'll inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. The hands can go to the chair top and stretch. So I have my arms kind of in that downward dog position where I'm getting a really good stretch through the lats and the chest muscles. If your hamstrings are super tight, you can bend your knees here any amount. If you don't have the chair here next to you, hands can come down to the mat. You can use your yoga block, and we'll Hold here 2 more breaths. And then finishing with 3 Pilates roll-ups. So we'll start to engage the abs, stacking the core, 1 vertebra at a time. When we get to the top, the tailbone tucks under, the arms reach. We extend into a baby back bend. And then we start to curl, the chin drops, the belly scoops as we round down. It's like we're rounding over a big arc or a beach ball. Roll back up, restacking the spine. Squeeze the glutes slightly, extend up, gentle back bend. And 1 more, rounding. And rolling back up our final time. Extending into that gentle back bend. Let your arms open out into goalpost. Pull your shoulder blades back. Nice chest expansion. Then press the palms at heart center. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. I'll take our recording off. I would love to chat for a couple minutes and see how our workout felt today. Great to have you on board, as always, for LisaBug Mind Body Blend.